What's going on, guys? Ryan with Jedha Patrol back with another video. Today we are unboxing and having some fun with my second DC figure. In fact, one of the biggest DC grails out there in 6-scale collecting right here, guys. That's, of course, we're talking about the Knightmare Batman, which we will definitely be seeing more of in the upcoming Snyder cut. So that's going to be super exciting to see what happens with this. Will we get a release, a reissue? Will we not? I have no idea. But I've had this for about a week or so, so I've had a little bit of time to spend with this figure. But let's go ahead and see what all it comes with, see what kind of poses we can do, and see if it's worth the hefty price tag. Roll the intro. All right, so let's talk about this Knightmare Batman for a second. One, it came out way back when, Toy Fair, SDCC. This thing was popular. Even then when it was originally released, it was actually pretty popular, along with the other Batman figures, that were coming out. The BVS Batman, I don't have that one. I recently got the Justice League Batman. I'm not keeping that one. I'm not keeping that Batman. I've even ordered a custom cape to go with the Justice League Batman, and I'm not keeping it, so I'm gonna have a cape I've already paid for it, so I guess whenever it shows up, I'll sell it and whatever. But not keeping that one. This one, on the other hand, actually pretty excited about this one. Not because of the rarity of it, just because of the style, the look. I think it looks pretty good. And I figured now that we have a upcoming reissue, or actually a release of a Snyder Cut Justice League, I thought it'd be a good time to go ahead and take a look at this thing. So let's take a look at the box. We'll see what all it comes with. Obviously, I've already opened this thing. I actually have it right up there, so there it is. But let's look at the box first. All right, here we go. Hot Toys exclusive right here. This is actually a pretty cool piece. Knightmare Batman right here on the box. I guess to give you guys a little closer look there. It's a pretty cool box. I kind of dig it. And then we've got our BVS logo going right here. Obviously, we've got Movie Masterpiece Series going on there. I love these little overseas stickers they've got. Rather than like the Sideshow exclusive sticker, we've actually got like the overseas sticker, which is kind of cool. Or maybe it's an older, I don't even know. It's been out a while. But this does have that little diagonal cut going down the side, which is kind of nice. We saw that with the other Batman figure. I don't know if that's a DC thing, whatever it is. Here's all your whodunits. And for anybody who wants to pause and read all that, you're more than welcome to do that. It does come with an insert, if I can get this thing opened up. It does have an insert, which is pretty basic. It's just like this sepia, dark brown, orangey color of what appears to be the figure. And then we got Knightmare Batman, MMS 372, if anybody is wondering. And pretty good look right here. JC Hong did the paint work on this guy, and it's pretty nice. It does come with a decent amount of accessories. I wouldn't say it's like overkill, but yeah, obviously I've taken everything out. So let's go ahead and get the figure over here, and all the accessories, we'll lay them out here and we'll see what all we got. We've got all the accessories laid out here, so let's take a look at them. The figure, I've already got the jacket on. I think it came in the box with the jacket. I don't recall, and I forgot to take his pistol there. We'll take a look at that in just a second. But we'll take a look at that. Let's first take a look at the base. This is actually a pretty cool base. It is large though. Like, I don't really think we need a base this large, but it is what it is. It's what we got. And it's pretty nicely done. It's just a little too big, all right? So there's our Knightmare Batman going right here. I'm pretty sure this little piece here kind of pops up like this. And it's a nice little piece, it's all right. It doesn't light up. I've seen some people ask me if it lights up like the orangish paint, but no, that's just literally the paint app. It doesn't actually light up. So it's actually pretty well done if you see it from that angle. But it's a display bench. It comes with this metal rod that actually screws in, and this little support piece. Like, you don't really see those very often, so that's kind of cool to get that going on. We do have what I believe is an extra scarf that actually goes around the neck piece there. I think that's what that is. Either that or it's a really small loincloth. I haven't quite determined, is that, I don't know. Maybe that's, I don't know. I think it's an extra scarf. Somebody in the comment section can probably correct me, but it already has a scarf on there, so I'm assuming that's like an extra one. It is wired, as you, I don't know, maybe you'll be able to tell, but there's actually a little well, looks like a little copper wire or something coming out of there. So there's that. We do have a decent set of hands. We got 2 fisted hands that are actually on the figure. And then we have these. And the hands are really well done. Like the paint apps on there, like they're really well done. I'm actually quite pleased with these things. Nice little weathering, nice little stippling going on with the leather, the wraps, the greens, like the camo. I mean, everything, the little brass knuckles going on. It's actually pretty well done. So we get 2 of these like open, grasping hands, I guess if you want to call them. We get a rifle or a pistol shooting hand, and then we get what appears to be maybe for his binoculars or something. I can't recall exactly what this particular hand is for, but pretty cool pieces. And yeah, they're not bad at all. We do get some goggles, which are iconic for that particular scene in the film. So these are very well done. The weathering on them is really, it's actually quite nice. It's actually quite nice. A little elastic piece, not a lot of elasticity, so they just slide right over the cowl. And yeah, I think they're quite well done. So those are nice. We do have a pistol, which definitely goes in the holster. And I don't think this one, yeah, this one doesn't have any moving parts. So this is an older one, so the slide doesn't actually rack back. But nice, we got some nice little handles on there. And it looks okay. So yeah, it's a pistol. Now, this was interesting. Since I just unboxed the Justice League Batman, I kind of knew what this little tool was for. So, for moving the eyes and mouth and whatever. But this guy doesn't actually come with change out eyes, which I was kind of shocked by. So, I was like, cool, we got a tool for the change out the eyes. But no, it doesn't come with that. It comes out with these mouth plates. So, we get this kind of more serious face, and it's definitely painted well. I don't have any complaints about this one. I think it looks nice. And then we get this more of an open lip, open mouth deal. So those 2 we can change out. They literally are just kind of slide into the back of the figure's head if you pop the cowl off. And then obviously we got the one that I'm going to be using, and I think most people are going to be using, which is this, screaming sculpt. So it's just it matches the figure, I think, a little better than the other one. So, we'll play around with it. We'll see if we can't come up with some poses for it. But I kind of like that particular portrait myself. And then we have some binoculars, which I think are really well done. Nice little texturing, nice mold, paint apps. We got some nice, weathering going on. It's just definitely been through some rough times. And I dig it. I don't think there's really any issues with that. Just a nice little, accessory piece to put on your figure if you decide you want to use that. Then we have the Scar. This is awesome. And as a firearm guy, I just, I don't know, this is just a cool piece. So I love that it's got like the Joker card right there. I think that's pretty sick. So yeah, this is actually very, very well done. We got a nice little olive drab green going on there. Almost like a gunmetal. It's a very desaturated color going on, but it looks great. And then it's got his wrap around the front of the barrel there, and our magazine comes out, so that's kind of nice. I don't think there's any moving parts on this particular piece that I have noticed. Like this feels like it wants to slide, but maybe not really. It might just come off, so I'm not going to mess with that. Nice little scope or sights on there, and I think they really did a good job with this thing. So that's pretty nice. I really I dig this. I love like all the little, it looks like duct tape they've got going around the back of this guy to keep that Joker card on there. So really big fan of that. I think that's really well done. But you guys are not here to see little accessories. Let's take a look at the figure, and we're gonna have a lot of fun with this thing. I think posing is gonna be pretty fun. Now, I got this figure secondhand, obviously, because I didn't buy it brand new. There are some issues with this thing, and some issues collectors might want to be wary of if you go to pick one of these up. I bought this one on a forum. I bought it from a guy that I've bought like a ton of figures from. The figure came in. It does have some issues with the jacket, which that person didn't know about, didn't disclose. Messaged him, and he says no problem. So I actually got some credit back on this one because of the jacket. Super nice to deal with, super good guy. And like I said, I've bought, I don't know, 6, 7, probably 10 figures over the years from this fella, so I knew it wasn't going to be an issue. But if you're out there hunting this particular figure, you need to be aware of these things and get some photos, and that's my fault. I didn't really ask for photos. So I was just in a hurry, bought it, and that's how it goes. But the jacket, this just like the Winter Soldier jacket or Winter Soldier jacket, you could have some flaking of this older pleather material. And this particular one actually showcases some of that. So we'll take a look at a couple spots. It's not bad, but there are a couple spots on this particular jacket that have some issues. Namely, we'll take a look at the first one being right here. So you can see right there, got some flaking there, a little bit of flaking there. And then on the back, let's see if I can find a spot, down here towards the bottom, there's some flaking here. So just issues. I mean, it's an older figure. It's not terrible, okay? It could be a lot worse. In fact, I've seen them a lot worse than this. This is not terrible. However, I may be picking up a custom jacket to go with this, so I'm kind of on the hunt for that. I think this is a figure that's gonna stick around the collection, so this is something that I would not mind spending the money on to replace or get something else. But the quality of it feels nice. There's wires and stuff going on it in the seams here along the sides. There's wires in the bottom, so you can kind of mold this and bend this however you want to. The paint apps are really well done. However, I have seen people say, well, it's not accurate to the film, right? And it's been a minute since I've seen this scene. I guess I can go back and watch it, but with the upcoming release, I kind of just stayed away from it. It may not be super accurate, so I think we may get a replacement jacket. And that'll cost me, it'll cost me a good penny because these little jackets are not inexpensive. So there's that. So something to keep up with. This one is not horrible, but, a little disappointing on that front. But the portrait, guys, look at this guy. This thing is freaking cool. Absolutely cool. I like this way better than the Justice League Batman, and it just has more style to it. It's definitely way more posable, as we'll take a look at a little later. But I'm a big fan of this particular one. So if we take a close look at the portrait, love this screaming sculpt. The eyes are great. I don't have any issues with that. Would be nice if we had the switch out where you could look left, right, and forward. That would have been nice, but we don't have that. Nice little scarf going on here. We got that different bat signal symbol going on in the chest, which is actually a little hard to make out, but the sculpt on here is fantastic. The belt buckles, I mean, just the layer of textures and details on this figure are a big reason why people just really like this figure, and why it's sold out and why it's super popular. If I bend this back here just a little bit, we can continue to look at the belt buckle. The belt's going on here, his drop holster right here for his pistol, and you see the paint apps going on there is fantastic. I mean, just all around, this is something that they took some time with, and they just did a really good job with. I have almost stabbed myself a few times with these guys. They are extremely sharp and not very pliable, so that's a thing. But they look awesome. Look at this thing. Look at the wraps around here. They look fantastic. Going down the leg, we do have some knee armor here. It's attached on the pants, and we've got this giant. These are rather large, these shin armors. They're very loose. You can see there's like a large gap going on here, but they're not bad. They're just how they designed them in the film. We do have double bend at the knee, normal 6 scale ball joint at the foot, no issues there. And then on the arms, if I can get over here without messing with. It's a decent bend for even having the jacket in there. It's a little past 90, a little past there. I have not tried to take the jacket off. I don't know if the jacket's supposed to come off. Maybe it doesn't. I don't even know. I haven't tried, but I guess it obviously could come off if you're replacing it. But I haven't looked at I don't think I've ever seen any photos of this guy without the jacket, but maybe we'll play around with that and see what the heck it looks like without the jacket. But I don't know. We'll play around with that. But I really am digging this. Again, I'm being careful with those things. I don't know. I like the look of it. What do you guys think? Like I said, this is one that's going to stick around the collection. I have no intentions of getting rid of this one anytime soon, unless they do a reissue of something, which a lot of people are asking, are they going to reissue this figure? And the answer is, I have no freaking clue. I don't know. I kind of almost don't want them to, because this wasn't exclusive to a toy fair. However, it would be nice to get one that you don't have to pay double retail for, right? So yeah, let's go ahead and get these accessories on here. Let's pose this guy up and see what we can do. All right, guys, so let's take a look at this this Knightmare Batman. I kept it simple. I threw the goggles on, I threw a scar over his shoulder, changed out the mouth plate, and honestly just kept it super simple. I did, however, throw it on my recent edition of my G.I. Joe environment from Sideshow Collectibles because I thought it looked pretty sick as a display piece, and it will absolutely fit in a detoff. So, you know, I've been messing around with this thing. So anyways, but there's a detail in the portrait. I think it's pretty good. The swap out mouth part, not too difficult to do. It actually just pops right off. The other eye tool, I don't know why it came. You don't need it. I don't know why it came with that. But somebody out there in YouTube land can let me know. But here we go, guys. If I zoom this guy out, he looks pretty sick right there with the diorama piece. I really, really dig the musculature of this suit versus the Justice League suit. I like this one better. I like the bat symbol on the chest better. It doesn't look like a bat bra like the Justice League one does. I love the detail on the actual the belts, the buckles, the colors, the olive drab, the tans, the desert, the whole thing. It looks great. So good costume design, good character design by whoever actually came up with this thing. But there he is. There's our Batman figure. Super simple pose, and I did add an accessory to this. That is actually Timber from Snake Eyes. That's his wolf. That actually came with this diorama piece, and I figured, what the hell? Why not throw him in there? Because he's just cool. So if you guys want to take a close look at him, there he is. He is looking pretty pissed off at the world. I wouldn't want to mess with him. So there's that. But yeah, just overall, I think it's a pretty cool piece. Simple pose, nothing crazy going on here. So I guess, you know, we should do a couple more, see what we can do, swap out those mouth plates, have some fun with this thing, and let me know what you guys think about him on the diorama piece. I've actually had Jen Urso on this diorama piece. I've had Star Wars figure troopers. I've had Mando. I've had all kinds of pieces on this piece, and anyways, I think it looks pretty good. Let's do another pose. All right, so let's go ahead and change out this next pose, and I changed out the mouth plates, moved the feet around, and I've discovered a couple things that I haven't discovered here recently because I haven't been messing with this all this much. But here we go, guys. The jacket we've got going on in the back, I kind of swooped it into the back. I do have the pistol there in his drop holster. I broke out the scar for that hand, which we'll definitely talk about here in a second. And then I changed out the mouth plate, added the binoculars, and I think overall doesn't look too terribly bad. So, a couple issues when actually manipulating this pose. One, the hands, which are normally, when you deal with gauntlets, usually the hands want to pop out. These are definitely that way. And then I noticed the hand that actually is supposed to hold the pistol and the scar doesn't really hold it all that great. Like it's not really a good fit. And I don't know why it's focusing on the back wall. That's kind of weird. But it's, you can go there? Yeah. So it actually doesn't hold it all that great. So it's not a very good fit. Now, I don't know why, it just doesn't. The other thing I don't like about the scar is that the strap that goes around the shoulder harness, that material, it's very rigid, and maybe it's just too solid right now. So if you want to get it out of the way, it just looks awkward. So it really is best maybe just thrown over the shoulder as it was intended to use. I don't think you can remove that piece. I'm not going to try because, you know, where am I going to get another one for not crazy price? But I really dig this thing. I think it's a lot of fun. The jacket, again, it looks good. Like I said, I've saw people said that it's not screen accurate, but I think it looks good. I think the colors match. I think it looks pretty fantastic. I like how the light bounces off of it, and just overall, I think it's a pretty solid freaking figure. But I'm going to do one more pose because I want to see, if you guys are curious about this, I want to see what this thing looks like with the Justice League Batfleck sculpt on it. So I'm going to try and make that happen. I don't see why it wouldn't work. So we're going to go ahead and make that happen and see what we come up with. All right, well, that took a minute because it didn't really want to peg in there. So you actually have to remove the cowl, remove that neck piece that connects the cowl to the body, and then get that head put in there. And that took a minute, and I had to get the other loincloth, was what I called it, and wrap it around here because he has, you know, a gap in the neck and the head. But by adding that and adding the goggles on there, you guys let me know your thoughts down below what you think. I think it looks pretty freaking good. I kind of dig it. I think the expression, the screaming face, or the mouth plate on the other head that actually comes with it, it gives a little bit more dynamism to it, and it makes it a little more fun. But this is pretty freaking good. I mean, you guys can let me know down below, but that looks pretty stinking good. So I just threw his 2 fists on there, threw them back on this diorama piece because it's just fun to use, and I threw the scar on his back with the strap, and overall I think this looks pretty good. So here's the thing that everybody's gonna ask me, is it worth the current price tag? I would wait, honestly, on this figure, and I would wait maybe a month or two and see how the market goes if Hot Toys decides to give us another figure. It's kind of a dangerous game. I have just throwing this out there, I've heard no rumors from the spies that this is gonna be reissued. None of that, so before I get 1,000 DMs about that, the answer is no. I've heard nothing about this figure being reissued. However, if you want it, I mean, it's not terrible. It is double retail, so it's not terrible for what all you get, and it's a significant figure. Clearly, when we have the Snyder cut coming up soon, we'll see how much this plays into it, and maybe we'll get that Knightmare Joker. That would be kind of cool to go along with this thing. But for right now, I'm happy with it. You know, even with the coat issues, this particular one, this example is not terrible. I think it looks pretty good on this display. Look good in my DTOF kind of alone. I will be getting rid of the Justice League Batman, but maybe I go and pick up a Batfleck portrait to go along with it, because I kind of like this look, but I don't see keeping the entire figure just for the head sculpt when I can just buy a head sculpt. You know, it shouldn't be too terrible to do. But I kind of dig this one. Let me know your thoughts down below if this is something you're eyeballing, you're wanting to pick up. If you have this, if you know exactly what this little loincloth piece is for, let me know. I don't know. But I can tell you right now, that looks pretty damn good. So, guys, as always, collect what you like. See you next time.